Okay, I hope it worked. I hope it worked. It didn't work
Yeah.
on my end.
It worked on our end.
I saw it. Yeah.
I was
All
like,
right, cool. Like I said, this was easy. Tech9, like I said, he was not afraid to talk about the things that nobody else was talking about, like abortion. You know, I mean, he had some pretty heavy stuff in some of all of it. You know, a song about his penis. He did that.
That was one of the great songs.
And it's a great song.
There's a song about women's
areola.
front bouncers.
Front bouncers.
Headlights. Woohoo!
Breasts.
It's called areola.
It's called titties, what the song's called. But it's
Oh, well, he has another one then.
Yeah, he's probably got a couple.
I'm sure there's a few.
I remember this one time at a Tech9 concert. I got up on someone's shoulders and Tech pointed me out and he goes, "You get up there one more time, you're gonna have to show me your, you know." And I was like, you know, and he was like, "It's okay. She's wearing a onesie. I'll let it slide." And I'm just like,
like I said, I've only seen him once, and the person I was with ruined the experience, unfortunately. So we'll let it go at that.
Aw.
Yeah, I would have, if I would have known, especially with Hollywood Undead. But I was so far. I've been under the shed building spell, so there hasn't been much time to keep up on what's going on.
Seems like it's kind of been going around.
Yeah. But like I said, 2002 is probably about when I got into him. And so here and there, I mean, some of his newer stuff I had to struggle to get into just because I hadn't listened to much of it. But I found a few. The Hollywood Undead one was a good one. But my number 5 is from the Misery Loves Company album. 2007 is when this one came out. And it's the P.A.S.E.O. And that's a street up in Kansas City. And he took an acronym for the P.A.S.E.O. street, and it's like Poem, Aaron. I can't remember what it stands for. I didn't write that down, but the P.A.S.E.O. stands for something as an acronym. Mm-hmm. But it's a good song, kind of like a pre-eulogy. You know, if I die, do this. You know, it's a good song describing Kansas City, where he grew up, and places and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I drove by it once, and I was like, "What the hell? There it is!" I was like, "Cool." I was there, Tech. That's the closest I ever came. Yeah. We got them already, Coach.
I'll take care of them. You just keep doing your 5 list.
Number 4 is a feel good one, and the video really got me because it's they spoof Cheech and Chong in it, and it's Blunt and a Hoe. Yep. And it's like, you know, life sucks, but you know what? Go have some sex and smoke some stuff and drink some drink, and it'll be better. So I really enjoyed that one. It's got Murs on it and UBI. UBI is supposed to be here like the 11th at Barleycorns, and I'm contemplating that one, but it's a Sunday. But yeah, that was all good artists. I love Murs. I love UBI. Number 3 is off of an MGK album, off of his debut album, I believe. But Lace Up, and it's Edge of Destruction. And it's got Twista on it, MGK, and Tech9. And it's kind of that speed. They're
busting. Fast, good rappers on there. Oh. Sorry. You've never done that to my list, and I completely apologize. MGK is a great rapper.
I could tell you're lying because your lips are moving.
Here we go.
No, it's a good song. It's a good song altogether.
I listened to that song, and it is a good song, and I made it all the way through.
Yeah,
and he gets it on there.
He's like, I made it all the way through. Like it was a struggle.
And, you know, it's what motherfuck your life or motherfuck the world. You know, so,
motherfuck this world. Yeah,
you can't go wrong with that.
Hey, Tech9's an Aries. He's like always angry.
And this number 2 is kind of my life lesson thing that I've learned from him. This came out in 2008, and it's I Love You But Fuck You.
Oh,
See, I dropped 2 of them. But they were in. Well, okay, but you know, yeah, it's like you got to let it go. You know, I mean, whatever. You know, I still love you, but I can't deal with you because you know the 3 scenarios he talks about are pretty messed up, and he's really had some messed up things happen to him, and all kinds of weird stuff. I seen an interview of he was talking about like a teacher or some shit, that kind of.
Mhm.
I don't know the whole story. I don't know. I mean, it was him telling the story, so I assumed it's true. I'm like, damn. Number 1, Constantly Dirty off of the Absolute Power 2002 album.
Mhm.
And like I said, that whole album, like I said, that's the album that I got into. Then I went back and found Angelic, and
Mm.
I think there was a split between, Absolute Power. He was mad at his old guy that he was working with, so there's a lot of yada 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 was on the list, and that's the kind of diss track. But that was another thing. Other than these beefs he had with his people he was working with, you don't hear a lot of people dissing Tech. I mean,
Mhm.